Ad blast. Okay. Twitch is getting ad blasted. I'm unmuted. And it works. I opened all the coffee things. I did not refresh the slots yet. Hang on, let me do that. 6 for the 28th. Doop. There we go. Hybrid hype is crazy for sure. I was wondering if there's any types of decks you'd prefer not to do deck reviews for. I mean, I prefer not to see another 29 land deck in my entire life, but I have a feeling people are going to keep sending those. Honestly, no is the answer. I think the only time I've ever been uncomfortable doing a deck review was someone was like, here's my win conless chaos group hug Miss Bumbleflower deck. I don't want to win. I just want to do stuff. I'm like, well, here's a couple funny cards, I guess, but move along. Like, ultimately, there's not a lot I can do to help you if you don't have a game plan. Oh, what's your favorite deck? I made a video about this, ranking my decks based on how much I play them. It's a two-way tie between Cormella and Kellen right now. Are 100% absolute. Please violate if you think that's it's best. So they're 100% not absolute, Simon, or they're 100% absolute. I can't touch them because I've received a mixed signal from you here. Either way, we're slightly early today on stream, so let's do our daily games and move from there. Oh, meant type to review. My favorite decks to review are honestly like lands decks, and mid-rangey kind of piles because they have the most potential for like fun tutor packages, which is what I like to explore heavily. Okay. So blue CMC3 mentions top or bottom. This is Brain Surge. Green CMC2, Sylvan Library. White CMC4 mentions top or bottom. I mean, there's a Johnny Sleeper agent. But is there like a mono white card I can think of? Enduring Renewal, but that's drawn by a Nazi. I don't want to put a Nazi's art on my stream. Here. Okay, I'm going to type in Enduring Renewal. But I don't have to show the art. There's a beautiful little deer instead. Nazi, huh? No, and by the way, I'm not like pulling Nazi out of pocket. Like Harold McNeil is a Nazi. He's a neo-Nazi. That's the artist behind Invoke Prejudice, and this card I typed in Enduring Renewal. Old Sylvan Library has Harold McNeil art, as well as the first printing of Darkness, which they should give us a normal border version of. I think we should abolish the reserve list specifically, especially for Harold McNeil art. Stream keeps buffering for me. Hopefully that's not everyone. Well, this art is not Harold McNeil, hence why it has not been covered by a beautiful Deer of Love. Creates a token, mana value 3. Let's go with Psy, Master Thopterist. Mentions Chew. Mentions Choose. Mana value 3 blue. Mirrodin Besieged. Ooh, I don't know. That might be 4 mana. Nope, I'm correct. Mentions Choose. Mana value 2 green. Verdant command. Creates a token. Verdant command. Creates a token, white CMC 4. Keeper of the Honda Accord. Mentions choose white CMC 4. Does Starlight Spectacular say choose? I was not expecting it to. Mentions choose white CMC 4. Does Wedding Ring say choose? I think it says target player. Choose creatures one at a time, I see. I assume you're upset about the deflecting spot removal. I mean, I don't like it, but like for the cause of shortening the game changers list, I understand. I'm not the biggest fan of deflecting spot, though. I find the card very annoying. Yep, see you, Simon. Thank you. Mana value 4 mentions choose. White. This is tough. I'm trying to think of like a white command. I think Silver Quill commands 4 mana, but I don't trust myself. Ojatai's command is 4 mana. There you go. Bro, Elk, can you not ignore us? You just said hello. Like, I'm not going to say hello to everyone who types hello in chat. I'm sorry, MRAM. If I said hello to everyone who says hi to me, the stream would be like 5 hours long instead of like 2 to 3. Peace and love. Peace and love. Yes, if you pose a question that I find particularly thought-provoking, but like, there's a lot of people here. There's pictures of me holding cards on my YouTube channel and a lot of thumbnails. All right, let's play Spellify. When you oh, whoops. The deer's still up, I forgot. This card art is awesome though. They should put cute deer in the card art while you're solving the Spellify. Your MO creatures when this this is fuck, what's his name? Rishkar Pima Renegade. Each creature counter on it has add green mana, and then you also put 2 counters when it enters. Creature. Okay, so it's a creature. Jesus Christ, this type line's huge. This is not Sphinx of the Second Sun. Of something something. This is of. Jesus. Of. It's not a legendary creature. And it's not Sphinx. What type line is this long? Holy smokes. Oh, I always guess the whole thing, D-Mads. I try to get it in 0 every single time. Okay, let's try to decipher some of the rules text. OWNER apostrophe S hands. It's not Phyrexian Fox. Fox isn't 4 letters, and Phyrexian is not this many letters. Since when's Fox 4 letters? I thought it was 3 letters. Yeah, you're fine. God, I cannot even. Return. But like, what's. Shapeshifter. You are right. It could be shapeshifter. Shapeshifter, but there isn't a shapeshifter hero. And that would be legendary. You may have this creature enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it's oh, Wall of Stolen Identity. Except it's a wall and has a defender. When you do tap the cop, yeah, it can't tap. Okay. So. We can do Scryfall art game. Why not? You can watch me crash out. How's the podcast? Yeah, we did record the podcast earlier today, like literally right before stream an hour ago. Actually, more like half an hour ago. And it went pretty well. We talked about the of course the stream today. Steven, thank you for getting a deck review for next week. Snail, I might have said something to that effect. I don't quite remember every detail. It was not a live reaction. Okay, so Scryfall is shitting the bed. So we'll let that cook. We can do a deck review or two. Oh, random Scryfall card. My bad. I just saw that. Kozilek. Ooh, nice pull. I love this card. It's super fun. For you. I don't think so, a clever Kenku. I don't believe that's the intention. I think Vorinclex is very fair for bracket 3 at the bare minimum. You have to pay for the deck review. Read the description. It says so on YouTube in the title. You can get all the info you need there. I think giving Mizzix / colorless access to Beseech the Queen is a bad idea. I think you're just wrong, Chuchabeans. I honestly do think you're just wrong. 6 mana for a tutor is like terminally fair. Is that really so bad? I think the answer is no. Mizzix is already doing more stupid things. In fact, I don't even think Beseech the Queen is in consideration for Mizzix. And then Khan was talking about Beseech the Queen, and was like, oh, Beseech the Queen is if you put in your mono white deck with a combo and you put Felwar Stone or Urborg in your deck, you can tap 3 black for it. Isn't that stupid? And the answer is no, that's really cool. That's an argument for it. That's hilarious. Are you kidding? If someone Beseech the Queen me in mono white with Urborg for 3 mana, I would laugh my ass off. That's awesome. I don't think it's as format warping as anyone who argues against it thinks it is. It's really just not bad at all. It just gives decks more toys. Who doesn't like more toys? So yeah, peace and love. It is a shakeup. Shakeups are scary. I do not think it's... I think the positives are so overwhelming. What's Beseech the Queen? I can pull it up for chat. Beseech the Queen, Gavin saying, would be... This is a colorless card now, because you can do 2/2/2. This is not an official rules. This is something he wants opinions on. But it's 2/2/2. This is a 6 mana tutor in non-black, and you can put it in any deck because you can pay generic for it. Can you give me a single card, chat, where it's like, this is unfun if it got put into more colors? Because I can't think of one. Manamorphose. No. I would love to put Manamorphose in a mono red storm deck. What's wrong with that? They already have rituals up the ass. They have Jessica's Will. Come on. Let's be a little bit realistic. That's not very scary at all. It's another good ritual. That's it. There's nothing there's nothing power outlier about Manamorphose. It is a good card. Yes. Would it break the format and everything you love and hold dear? No. Let's get a little real. No, that's not the case, Damad. So Damad's brought up Goshentai of Life's origin in YouTube chat. And you like, can you play this in mono green? No. Deathrite Shaman is also not legal because it has these in the text. This still is color identity. Flip Avacyn is also not a part of this. Genesis, thank you. I don't have any examples because I think Hybrid Mana should be allowed to do its thing as it was designed to. That's my position as well. Is Hybrid Mana is meant to be an or, as Gavin said, and Commander's the only place where it's an and, which is just completely ridiculous. Can you put Leyline of the Guild Pact in mono green? Yes, that can be a mono green card. I'm excited. Oh, Waterlogged Tutor is not allowed. See, waterlogged teachings. This is the one argument I kind of understand. It's a bit confusing. This is a blue and black card because it adds blue or black on the back. This is not legal in your blue and black deck. So you can play OG Aleshos and Boros. Yes, OG Alesha would be okay in Boros. This would be a Boros or a Rakdos card, which is dope. I'm waiting a fucking second, Rat fan. Companions. Ooh, companions are really fun. Wait, chat, that's so much fun, though. Dude, you could have a Gruul Karuga deck? Are you shitting me? Why is this a downside? This is awesome. Wait, make this happen now. Make this happen now. Wow, that's so much fun. Hybrid Mana as mono. So I'll drop a link to the article in chat. Oop. This is the Commander Brackets update, and also an asking of opinions of Gavin Verhey. Oh yeah, keyword companion, thank you. Okay. Let's anyway, yeah. So hybrid mana, I love. Hybrid mana should be monocolor. It would be so dope. I'm literally so sold. And there's people that are like, that have arguments against it, and somehow their arguments and fuel me even harder and make me want it more. Oh, Rachel has a Twitter pull up. Let's look at Rachel Weeks' Twitter poll. Okay. Let's go through the Rachel Weeks poll. So I know you guys can't see this, but are you for or against a Rhystic Study ban? I'm for. Ban Rhystic Study. Are you for or against the Thassa's Oracle ban? I'm a little more contested here. I think it should ban. It's really close, though. Are you for and against a change to the hybrid mana rule? Change it to be or. Change it to be or. Okay, Rachel also says, in our mind, Vorinclex is limited by mass land denial, and Food Chain is limited by 2-color combos, or 2-card combos. So, Vorinclex is mass mana denial. Yeah, we can do your deck review first, Grumpy Dude. Okay. Anyway, done talking about hybrid mana. Let's do our first deck review here. By the way, I am very curious about this. So I have 78 viewers on Twitch. I saw a YouTube short that had me really curious. Can any lurkers just like spam a text message in chat? Just like a random, like, just like a couple keys on your keyboard. Any lurkers, just like spam a little bit, move on. And I want to see if the viewer count goes up, because apparently Twitch isn't counting viewers as regularly as possible. So theoretically, the viewer count should go up with all the spam. And we went up by 2 viewers. It might go up even more. Nope, it went back down to 78. Okay, maybe this is the thing that used to be the case, but isn't anymore. I thought for sure, like it was a little weird. Anyway, let's talk about Dak and Blackblade. This card's very fun. You can do a lot of silly stuff, and I can see it is a lands build, so. Okay. All right, so pull up the blurb. Grumpy! Yes, I'll be there. It's a mill deck with a Reanimator sub-theme based around a Myriad the Sky Rune. Wholly based. Trying to stay away from tutors and keep it closer to bracket 2 precon feel. Okay, that gives me a little bit more pause. Zertho Shock, by the way, thank you for 5 gifted tier 1s. Trying to streamline the game plan using stronger cards or other recommendations would be great. Okay. I have a Reanimator deck myself, and I think tutors are really based. And you actually have tutors in your deck. I feel like you just mean like no demonic tutor, right? Or no entombs, which is, that's okay. If we're like no entombs, no demonic tutor, that's something I can vibe with. I'm just like, how are we going to do a Myriad consistently without land tutors, right? All right. Herald Lashak is hilarious. Amaria Shepherd's hilarious. This is something I've been encountering with my Reanimator deck a little bit. It's just like, I think you need more reanimation targets. So I don't like Filth. We don't even run Urborg. So I especially don't like Filth. Okay, Quest isn't the worst thing I've ever seen. Virtue's pretty slow. Not a big fan of Helm. Nor Crucible, honestly. I don't really like Crucible, even in these kinds of decks. I found Crucible to be way too slow and grindy for anything that's like relatively interesting. And you're much better served by anything that can just like fish up a lane from a graveyard once, as opposed to something that just like lets you play lands from graveyard. I just don't like it. It's been very underwhelming for me. We can't cut Blackblade Reforge. It's in his name. Hell must have a lot of Dakons. Okay. What if... I also don't like Wonder. What if instead of having a lot of Dakons, we have a good Reanimator plan? So do we want to clone Dakon or do we want to reanimate? Like, that's like... I feel like there's a little bit of tension going on here. I'm not understanding the mind crank here. Is the joke that you reanimate or animate dead from an opponent's graveyard? Because if so, it's just like, that's pretty underwhelming. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Add Necromancy. We have animate dead already. Cut Zombify. Glimpse, Maddening Cacophony. And we're going to go up. Let's go up. By the way, you have a combo in this deck. I don't know if you know. You probably do, but this is a combo. And also that and Maddening Cacophony would be a combo. Maddening Cacophony feels a little bit mean with River Turn, but this feels a little bit better. Also, it'll help support this as well. So I know you said no tutors, but I'm picturing no entombs. So that way your reanimators are a bit random. But what if we like found your reanimates with Metal the Mixture and Perplex? This is also partially why I cut Maddening Cacophony, because it's really easy to tutor Maddening Cacophony or River Churn with Muddle. But what this is 5 mana Animate Dead. This is 6 mana Necromancy. Right? So now you have 2 more animates in your deck on cards that are good for Reanimator. Yeah, I heavily recommend Muddle and Perplex because you can go grab Necromancy or Court of Cunning with Perplex, which is really, really, really fun. Or you can get Goria's Vengeance and what have you, Animate Dead with Muddle the Mixture. So you've just increased the number of reanimates in your deck by 2. How many targets they have with that Entombment Barrier Life? This is my other thing that gave me some pause. It's just like we have 2 good targets that we want to reanimate, which is very suspect. I think we can Avacyn Current Year is pretty fun. Like, this is a pretty decent reanimation target. It's silly. It's fun. Let's get some more discard outlets in here. I would like to see a Gyre Reach Sanitarium. And I kind of want a Sand Scout package as well, but the issue with Sand Scout is it isn't planes for Ameria. So, like, we need, like, White of the Night. Or not White of the... Sorry. Night. I'm thinking of White of the Reliquary. So let's get, like, a Knight of the White Orchid in here, I feel. I don't like Walking Atlas as much as I like this card. I think even the cave card. Yeah, scampering. Scampering Surveyor, and then you have Urza's Cave to tutor for. So you can either get a Plains or an Urza's Cave. That's fun. Why white instead? Why Knight instead of Atlas? So Atlas, you need the Plains in your hand. Knight of the White Orchid gets the Plains directly into play. This is invaluable to this deck. And the reason is because Ameria the Sky Ruin needs Plains specifically. It needs Plains specifically. That is the reason why. It is of utter importance that our Plains count is always very high. Why white over Scholar of New Horizons? Okay, that's a better question. Knight isn't ETB. Scholar isn't. So there's an argument possibly, though, that Scholar is better because we don't have a lot of flicker. So I can see that. We're also a 3-color deck, so 1 and a white is easier than double white. War Cartographer is interesting. I think we are a bit overloaded on 4s right now. Is my only pause for that. That's funny, Grumpy Dude. All right, let's get more reanimation targets in here. I'm thinking of like oh, just double. It's not one word. Yeah, Drogskol Reaver's fun. This is kind of pre-con power level. I hit you for 6, I gain 6, I draw 2. Nezahal, we're kind of pushing it, I feel, if we're talking pre-con level. I agree that Silent Arbiter is a little sus. Angel of the Ruins, yeah, I like that a lot. Plane cycling for 2, and then, yeah, that's so cool. And it entombs itself. Perfect card. Oh, Arden. I don't think there was a restriction on Universes Beyond. But Arden's super cool. What's your thought on Meat Grinder? I love Meat Grinder, of course. I love everything on Mad Villainy. What are you talking about? Mad Villainy is like one of the most celebrated underground rap albums of all time. It's hardly underground anymore, but you know what I mean. Okay, I think we've hit that. Let's frantic search. Jet the Falcon, thank you for getting a deck review for next week. White guys when you don't capitalize MF Doom's name. Tainted Indulgence. Another discard outlet. Just get more discard outlets in here. Faithless Mending, yeah. Faithless Mending is goated. Faithful Mending. We're not faithless around here. We're in white. There we go. And then we can probably just cut... I'm honestly tempted to snip Sun Titan. All right, let's play test this hand. Tapped. Tapped. It does feel like there's a lot of tap lands in here. Scampering Surveyor. Plains. We don't have black mana. Sword of the Animist. Equipped to Scampering Surveyor. Attack. Swamp. We're free. Blue. Black. Tainted Indulgence. Draw 2 cards. Then discard Sire of Stagnation. Player draws a card, then discards a card. We miss our land drop. That's with me adding 1 land to this deck, by the way. To 39. I don't like Athreos. Athreos is a very fun card. I just don't think it belongs here. Valgavoth, I think Valgavoth is a little stronger than pre-con level, which is where this deck is aiming. Yeah, Valgavoth feels like a pretty, like, if I don't think Nezahal is okay, I don't think Valgavoth is definitely okay either. If you want Zatalpa is definitely there. We could rock as Zatalpa. Okay. Rune Crab. Each opponent mills 3 cards. Why? Okay, I understand. You're running all these mill cards because you want to steal from opponents' graveyards with your reanimates. That's cute. That's cute. However, I don't think I like it that much. I think people will just automatically put good things in their graveyard for you. And yeah, you should maybe just be doing your own thing. I know Mithrix steals your stuff, but like, Mithrix will steal your stuff even. Does Mithrix mill you? No, you have all the stuff already. Like, it's like, you know, like, my issue isn't that you're stealing opponents' things. It's the way that you're going about setting it up when a normal game of Commander will just set it up for you. That's my issue. Like, I like Singularity Rupture in this deck, and the reason is it can mill yourself, it can mill everyone else, and even if everyone else isn't running good creatures, you still get Zatalpa. Oh, Sir Conrad's in the deck. No, don't run Sir Conrad, please. Okay. Anyway, that's how I feel. If you disagree with that on some level, do let me know, though. I just want my Altar of the Brood. Altar of the Brood is so bad. But we can keep it in if it's really a pet card for you. Magister Sphinx. Magister Sphinx is so much fun. And Magister Sphinx steals, right? No. Not Magister Sphinx. Sphinx. Oh. Type Sphinx. Oh. Search. Oh. Library. Oh, wait, no, not Alter the Brood. Yeah, cut that. Okay. Sphinx Ambassador. Whenever Sphinx Ambassador deals combat damage to a player, search that player's library for a card. Then that player names a card. If you search for the creature that isn't named, you get to put it into play. Hilarious. Altar of Dementia is the pet card. Altar of Dementia is fine. That card's actually good. I like Doom Whisperer. Doom Whisperer's a fun one. Big Beater, Surveils. One, two, three, Dakin. Surveil. Graveyard top. Surveil. Graveyard top. Oh, I meant to put Tortured Existence out. That's my bad. Graveyard, actually. Miracle. Oh no, we don't have a second black source. Holy shit, chat. If we had a second black source here, you go discard Arden, pick up Solemn, Miracle Metamorphosis Fanatic, bring back Arden. Come on. Okay, I think our mana base is a little bad. Can't Miracle if you put it straight into hand. I didn't put it straight into hand. I top decked that card. What do you mean? Okay. I like all the fetches. That definitely helps a lot. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying, Killer B. Everything I did there was actually correct. No command tower because it's not actually free. We need a planes count. Planes is deathly important to this deck. Yeah, exactly. It's like supporting Emeria is just like you're going to have color issues. But we can get a little more creative. Oh, you do ID : black. White, black, blue. Okay. We are running every planes. No, we need Rafine's Tower. Okay, but we are running every other planes in the game. And we have Shocklands. Okay. What about... Doesn't feel like enough. Filter lands go hard here? No, they're not planes. I put Ash Barrens in for a good reason. Let's do Fabled Passage. It can kind of just be everything. I don't really get the Thespian Stage. Filter Signets. You might be cooking a little bit there. But at least here with the Tri-land. Right, now you have all of your colors. Because I do think the Rafine's Tower is like utterly required. And I know second Emeria, but like if you have one Emeria, you're probably doing very good. Maybe we should have surveilled one. Okay. I think this deck's good to go. There you go, grumpy dude. Art game check. There's an error loading. Skip and retry. What card is this? I don't know. I think the art game's broken. My heart breaks. Do we have Silver Fox? 442. Whoops. Ancestral Vision might be hated. Okay. Should be present at the stream, but might be working. So that gives me consent enough to go forward with this. All right, Silver Fox. My Grixis deck, a bit of the homage to some of my OCs and my friends, pretty much a Voltron deck. It's just non-standard equipment colors. Generally, my build habits target bracket 2 or low, bracket 3. Prefer non-UB, but I'm still open to inclusions, especially in this deck for good utility cards. Soft limits of about $10 or about $20 for budget purposes. I have a copy of the Aether Spark earmarked for inclusion. No cutting unscythe. That's non-negotiable. What the hell's unscythe? I see. The Killer of Kings. That's right. This horrific card. That's fine. Okay. To some extent, I have a lack of play experience. I've been playing such collecting casually since 7th edition with various hiatuses, but nowadays I build EDH decks more often than I actually play them. It's a bit awkward to figure out the correct balance of instants and sorceries and equipment for this deck, especially for protection since, you know, Voltron deck. Okay. I hate Ancestral Vision. Oh, but you could have cast it without paying its mana cost. If the hoop that you have jumped through to draw 3 cards is I have equipped Tetsuo, I have hit you, and then on top of all of that, it's like it survives combat, then drawing 3 cards is not the threshold. I know he doesn't need to hit you, but like you don't swing your Tetsuo into a Death Toucher, do you? Are you fine killing your commander for 3 cards? Like, I think the answer is always no. I also don't like wheels. I don't like refilling your opponent's hands. And it's also the same idea. I think where Tetsuo is the strongest is you like, I don't like this either. I would prefer that on equipment. Yep, Excalibur's here. So I think where Tetsuo is probably the best is what you're doing is casting big sorceries on your turn with Tetsuo, or you remove something, and then you hold up interaction for when you're not doing that. That was my thinking. So, like, what if we add Perplex for Brasquire, right? This is a counterspell. Negate. You hold up negate. I like the Chandra's Ignition. Let's add Waltz of Rage, right? It's not as good as Chandra's Ignition in my opinion here, but Waltz of Rage is another. This clears the board when Tetsuo hits you. Nibelheim of Flame I'm not going to add because not only is it not required, it is Universes Beyond, and this person specifically said, hey, listen, don't add Universes Beyond if you can help it. Random card on Scryfall. Oh, wow. The art game loaded as well. Smuggler's Buggy. Return this week. This is a fun card. Wow, that's really fun. This might go in, like, if I ever build Caradora someday, this might go in Caradora. Okay. What other, like, big instants and sorceries could we be rerunning? I think a shoo-in for this deck, despite the price tag. No. Soft limits of 10 and 20. We probably shouldn't add Seagate Restoration, despite it being awesome in this deck. God, what's like a terrifying sorcery that's like pretty low mana value? Mnemonic Deluge? Mnemonic Deluge is funny. Let's add Waterlogged Teachings, which can pick up a counterspell or whatever. I also hate desync. Desync sucks. Waterlog teachings, which can pick up like an interactive instant, right? Yeah, metallic rebuke's fine. It's also ups the land count, which we need. Type. Maybe like extra combats would be fun, like savage beating. How much is that running now? I think it's less than 10. Yeah, it is. Because you cast it during combat. We want big instants or sorceries, yeah. Like kind of big. We wanted them to be between like 4 and 6 mana, I feel, is like the sweet spot for like a big instant that like messes you up. If I'm right, full throttle doesn't work because you can't cast this during combat. After this main phase, there are 2 additional combat phases. Which you don't cast this during the main phase. You cast it during combat. Which is why Savage Beating works. Storm's Wrath. This is very underwhelming. We already have Chandra's Ignition and Waltz of Rage. And Chain Reaction even. And Toxic Deluge. Hell, we have a lot of cards. Consult. I don't like just draw a card. I want it to be more exciting than that. One with the machine. What does this card do? Is this the theft one? Draw cards equal to... Okay, that's a lot of cards. That's a lot of cards. God, I wish Rush of Dredge was not a spree card. That would be so funny. Let's just play Justice as is. I don't want to chain extra turns too hard, Matthew. So I think I'm gonna nix the idea of extra combat. This is a really bad keep. Okay, let's put a card on the bottom here. Vandal Blast. One. Blue-red, 1. Okay, great. Imp Tetsuo. Equip. Swing. We can cast a 2-drop for free. Let's cast Ren's Resolve. Play Horizon of Progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Phantom Blade. Destroy up to one other target creature. Okay, yeah. Attack. Deal 5 damage to something. We now have flying. Blast something for 5. Hold up Withering Torment. Okay. Inventor's Fair. Like, okay, we are doing stuff. There's a removal engine in play. I don't know how to feel about this. Because we don't have red. Now we have red. Dakalos. One, two, three. Kamino battle armor. Tap not like a moron. I mean, we do have to tap something to filter. Feed the swarm something. 1, 2, 3. Tetsuo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kamino battle armor. Cast a 3-drop for free. Jessica's Will. Add, let's say, like 4 mana. Exile the top 3. Bummer. Okay. I don't like Tezzeret. This is like bracket 2, I feel. Is the intended zone. Generally, bracket 2 or low bracket 3. Yeah, exactly. So we're trying to aim for like it can like play with bracket 3 a little bit, but it's meant to be 2 for the most part. And I think Tezzeret's not part of that equation, even though he lowers equip costs, but that's just not really what you need to win. Why isn't this deck running the red-black cranial plating, the one with living weapon? Called Cranial Ram. +X+1. Like, this is just the same. Like, just equip 2, yeah, but it feels a lot more lethal. I mean, this card's cute. I probably wouldn't cut it. It's fun. Sundering Eruption. I mean, it makes sense. I don't like Enthusiastic Mechanaut. Reducing 27 cards in our deck is just kind of not where we want to be, I feel. Leyline Axe is a good recommendation. Leyline Axe is a lot of fun. I'm not feeling Search for Azcanta. And this is fine. Okay. I'll see your Mask of Riddles and raise you a Mask of Memory. Oh, Mask of Memory is already in. Very good. So Mask of Riddles, does it become better? I mean, it's not, like, bad. I think I want one more instant or sorcery. Come Back Wrong is funny. Yeah, let's do Come Back Wrong. That's a fun card. Just lets us get an opponent's stupid ETB. Okay, so here I'd probably drop Nettle Cyst. Because this turn you can go 1, 2, 3. Tetsuo. Oh, I want to remove Tetsuo. You're not allowed. And then here you go 1, 2. Equip Nettle Cyst here. Gets +2/+2 attack. Come Back Wrong for free. 1 blue. Charter Core, draw 2 cards. Just drop the Thran Pyrosuit pass. Yeah, Hammer of Nazan is probably worthwhile. I'm pretty sure it's not as expensive as it used to be either. It might be $11 if I had to guess. Nazan. It's in already? Why do you lie? What? Pico. Oh, Pico Hammer. I love Universes Beyond, and it's not confusing at all. Okay, Hammer of Nazan's in. Okay. I think this is good to go. Okay. Next up, this person will not be present. Let's see if the art game works. It does. Presence of the Master. Quick interlude, everyone. I need to get to 10 score, and then I can continue doing deck reviews. Never mind, this is too slow. Can I go next if possible? I have the Sauron deck, sure. Is this your deck? Nope. Is this your deck? Nope. Is this your deck? Yes. Okay, we're just not going to be able to do the Skyfall art game today. That's sad. Okay. All right. My game plan is to ramp out Soren and get him out ASAP to build up an army, and then control the board until the army grows big. Then use army/control spells, so fling effects. Okay. No real restrictions other than I want to keep the deck below $400, $350 if possible, but I'm totally flexible if you need to exceed that. My biggest problem is the deck doesn't feel like it has any presence until Sauron gets out, and then even then it lags behind until it super explodes out. And by then, we have some form of removal or interaction to stifle my border army. The army has been able to do work once big enough with equipment attached. I really don't like equipment with army. I don't think we should be doing equipment army stuff. I think we should be focusing on flinging it. Like, I'm not a fan of any of this equipment. Let's get a Soren we can read. Okay, whenever an opponent casts a spell, a mass works 1. Hate Painful Quandary. Propaganda is worthless in most matchups. It's pretty great against token decks, but in every other place, it's just really not that great. Draw 3rd card each turn. Soren should just say hexproof. No, I staunchly disagree with you, Yuri Beast. Sorry, bud. This ward cost is fucking awesome. That shit's killer. Would rituals be good for ramping into Soren faster? No. You should not be doing rituals. I hate Torment of Hailfire. What the fuck are we doing? What's Torment of Hailfire doing? Yeah, it just says hexproof, yours best, but it's like a flavor text hexproof, which is cool. That's way funnier than just having hexproof. So, yeah, since I end up with so much mana, I need some late spells to dump Mana in 2. Okay, great, but the summons of Sauron fit the theme of this as an army deck, and Torment of Hailfire just says, I win. Which is really just not that interesting when you can win with Sauron the Dark Lord. With Peace and Love, you can win with this card hard. So we don't need to be relying on a Torment of Hailfire Exsanguinate, in my opinion. We can just be doing very funny things with armies. Wow, this card's very good. This is like a limited bomb. Okay, I like whenever you cast a non-creature spell. Let's get Treasure Cruise in here. I feel like you don't really value your graveyard that much. And Treasure Cruise lets you not only draw 3 cards for Mindless Conscription, but it also lets you amass orcs a ton with Saruman. So that's why I'm kind of valuing Treasure Cruise over what I would normally... This slot would be Dig Through Time normally. So I think Treasure Cruise is slightly better here. I like Chandra's Ignition. Isn't there a card that's like whenever you amass or counter additional army? Like, isn't this like a shoo-in for this deck? Okay, it's already in. My fault, I missed this. If one or more counters would be put on an army. Is it worth to clone Sauron? Yes. Generally speaking, it is worth it. However, that involves you have Sauron in play, which gives me a little bit more of a concern. Taurian Mauler is a good one. That's an all-star suggestion from chat. This is an army that starts growing even before Sauron is in play. And then once Sauron is in play, it grows it twice as fast. That is a good one. Okay. We're done beating around the bush now. Ozolith. This is non-negotiable. You need Ozolith. And you can get the Lord of the Rings printing if you want it. Oh, never mind. That's $50. Oh my God. They're all $50. Jesus Christ. The Ozolith is not cheap. Anyway, either way, best $50 you're ever going to spend on this deck. We're still not even exceeding the $350 range of your budget. This card is so crucial to this deck. Just being able to save the counters from the army is like, whew, wow. I don't like Chameleon that much, Nick Thompson, and whoever recommended it earlier. It's still the same issue where we don't have Sauron in play yet. Retribution of the Ancients. Not a bad card. It does sort of imply that we're already doing things that work. I mean, so does Fling, but at least Fling like kills them when things are working, right? And I think, okay, we already have Fling. Once again, iconic Elk edition. Let's add Muddle. Muddle the Mixture is a 5-mana Fling in this deck, but it's also a counterspell. Shadow Spear, if we wanted to add Shadow Spear, which isn't a bad suggestion at all, we should probably add Trinket Mage. However, I feel wary about adding any more expensive cards to this deck. Self-Destruct. Self-Destruct always kills the army anyway. It's basically just Fling. Kazuri's... Oh, yeah, it's Kazul's Fury Sardium. Ruthless Technomancer. Ruthless isn't a Fling. It just makes a bunch of treasures. You had me concerned for a second. I thought maybe you might be onto something. And Perplex as well. Perplex is a 6-mana fling with Gazul's Fury. Once again, my goats, Transmute cards. Holy smokes. Whenever counter placed or is put, Essence Harvest, I did think about it. It is just a sorcery though, isn't it? Spell copying could be something. I'm trying to push it that direction, Spencer, into this more like fling direction, because I think it's far better than just equipping the army. Okay, I think spell copying is something. Let's run Return the Favor. I don't like Rite of Consumption. I don't like that it's a sorcery. Oh my god, there's so much essence. Sorcery. I really don't like sorcery speed flings. Kira is okay. I dare not say more about the card. It's fine. Are there any other good copy spells? You do like Twinferno. That's funny. Well, you copy instance, you copy, yeah, we're copying fleeing spells. Geist Flame. Geist Flame is a copy spell. I'm being baited. Oh. This is still, yeah, no, this is still nothing. I've been baited. Geist Blast. Since we're shifting to be fling focused, what should the game been play while building up to it? Just keep it controlling? Yeah, control. I don't like this card. Fury Storm. Fury Storm is a card in Magic the Gathering. Does Green Goblin have a... Is it a Goblin army? Orcs. No, I don't think any of these have. Controlled Magic lets you fling opponent's creatures. MH3 Red Flare. No, we're sacking Sauron is your thought to protect our army? Ugh. Yeah, seize the spotlight. Doesn't feel bad. And then we can just run like chain reaction, I guess. Goblin Bombardment is not a bad suggestion. I just feel like we want big flings, like you mentioned. So here's what you want to do this every game. I recommend you do this as much as possible. Just do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lord reveal, draw 3. Hooray! No, don't reveal Lorien to Sauron. True. Reverberate. I think we've hit it. I think this is cute enough. We're kind of doing the stuff. I'm vibing with this. I'm vibing with it. This is a fine deck. We didn't even get it to 300. Like, Sauron's just gonna win you games, especially if you have a decent control plan, which this deck definitely does. Okay. I have work and will not be there for the stream. This user shouts from the mountaintops. It's an Ikra Shadiki. I've not seen this new art. It's pretty cool. I like it. Ishai deck. I haven't actually tested this deck in my pod yet. I kind of just want to support one of my favorite MTG creators. But what I'm basically trying to do is gain life and beat people to death with big booty bunguses. Okay, that is a string of characters. With +1/+1 counters in a pseudo Voltron sort of strat. I set a restriction for the deck where every card in the 98, either 1 is CMC mana value 1 through 3. Or is either a shockland castable. The reason for this restriction is I want to be dropping meaningful synergy pieces on turns 1 through 3, so that when Ishai and Ikra come down on turns 4 and 5, my opponent should be hearing boss music. Okay, great. My feelings about Universe Beyond cards are directly proportional to how they rip me out of my stupid MTG fantasy. Generally, I don't dig them at all. Okay. Sounds good. I won't include them. Avoiding Game Changers and Soul Ring as a personal challenge. Bracket, I don't fucking know, man. My pod has never fully embraced the bracket system. So probably mid-high 3. Okay, I imagine this is mid-high 3 just looking at it. It looks decent. No budget. Wizard class is here for the 2nd and 3rd levels. I don't care about the Reliquary Tower effect. Okay. I still think that's maybe too bad. And I think instead maybe you should be leaning a bit more on like a Prof's Eidetic Memory if you want the 2nd and 3rd effect of this. Like, Prof's is just better. Like, if you want the 2nd and 3rd effect of Wizard class, run Prof's Eidetic Memory. So that's my opinion. What the fuck are we doing with Sun Droplet? Because for me, Sun Droplet is like, this is like a life gain sort of thing. I see. At the beginning of each upkeep. So what I want instead is like Spectrum Sentinel. Spectrum Sentinel. This also heals you for 1 every turn. And it also wears +1/+1 counters. So it blocks multicolored commanders. Like, these are all really good things that Sun Droplet doesn't do. And Sun Droplet doesn't even start healing you until you've been punched in the mouth a little bit. So for me, I think I prefer Spectrum Sentinel over the Sun Droplet. That's cute. I'm not a big fan of Servant of the Scale kind of effects unless you're comboing with them. So Star Pupil out. I am really vibing with the rest of this deck. I love counters. I love life linkage, life gain strategies. Willow Dusk. Let me read Willow Dusk. Ooh, this card's not bad. And I don't really like Trellisara. That's the one that scries, right? I don't know if I would put in a Johnny's Pride Mate in the deck. Like, at least Amalia is putting material in the graveyard or putting lands in your hand. Like, this is technically drawing cards in my mind in this kind of deck versus a Trellisara, which scrying is never really drawing a card. Unless you have Eligeth, Crosswords Augur, I guess. But I really want, like, another Veto. I feel like Veto's kind of your best thing in the world. Like, you have Perplex to find Veto. It sucks we're not in red. Because Imperial Recruiter would be goated at getting Veto for you. You could do like an Eladomri's Call. Okay. Maybe a bear. That's what that says. The capitals are not there, so it's a bit hard to read. Maybe a bear 3. Thank you for the. Or is that a prime or tier 1? I can't quite tell. I was thinking of a vampire tutor, but then remembered it was alchemy only. Yeah. I think Veto's like definitely the most fun card in this deck. You could do something like Tetsuo Umezawa. A lot of these cards are really low power, but they're not base power low. You can do Kudo. Kudo King Among Bears works really well in +1/+1 counter strategies because all of your things are 2/2s, sure, but they also have a bunch of counters on them. Thank you for the prime sub, Silver Dog, and starting a scam train as well. Guys, get in on that scam train. Use your free prime sub. I don't like Strict Serenade. Hitting creatures is really not as good as hitting non-creatures. Like, I'd almost always rather see, like, negate. Maybe Cutzil. I like Cutzil a lot in +1/+1 counter strategies, and also just makes all of your big, stupid plays just utterly uncounterable. We can do Agatha's Soul Cauldron, Walking Ballista stuff, of course, but like, I think this should be more combat focused. Thank you, Zerthoshock, for 200 bits. Ardent Scales. 2 or more opponents, which sadly does not let us cast Icyore. But let's just do a tap Agadeem's Awakening, I guess. Drana. Ishai. Swing with Drana. 1, 1, 1, 1. Next turn. Dink. Dink, dink. Also 1, 2, 3. Cutzil. Oh, your counter spells don't work anymore. Also, my shit has ward. Like, come on, chat. Look at this. Is this only attacking creatures? Each attacking creature, my bad. We're 2 less counters here. I miss Fergar. I forgore Drana. But yeah, this is stupid. This is turn 5. I mean, this would be at 8/8 because we're getting 2 counters every time an opponent casts a spell. Anyway, we draw 2 cards. Kyle the Meme Magnet. Thank you for the prime. And Sweet Sheep Iggy. Thank you for the tier 1. Okay. Yay, Cutzel. Equals Shadiki. And now we're getting 10 million life. This is turn 6. Like, come on. Yeah, we're good. I think I'm cutting Tarnished Citadel. Nah. I was gonna say let's get like maybe a little bit of like a tutor package with Traverse the Evenwall, but like I really don't think you need it. I think this deck's already like really goated. So the second question is there any counter cards that could be funny for this deck that aren't in it currently? And like I think the answer is no. I think this deck's really good. Like, your deck's really cheap. You can run Gaddock for free, and no one can board wipe you. Like, this card's stupid. And it doesn't... Gaddock hits Turn Timber Symbiosis, Belb the Profane, and Agadeem's Awakening in your deck, as well as, like, Amari's Call and Seagate Restoration. But then you just play them as lands. Like, Gaddock doesn't truly shut off any part of this deck. Solidarity of Hero. This card's fine. X is the greatest mana value, 5. It's not bad. Are counter amplifiers like Conclave Mentor worth it? Not generally. The reason why Cursed Wombat's in here is it double triggers anything that says if you put a counter on this. So any of those cards. I think we cut Swarm Shambler. All right, I think this deck's fine. Like, I think there's some worlds where Calith is worse than like Luminarch. Right. Like it triggers when Ishai or Ikra attacks, but this one can put counters on before they come down. Okay, Together Forever is a fucked up card. I am concerned about it being double white in this 4-color deck. Resourceful Defense, we're moving a bit closer to something I would consider pretty cool, but I think Rayhan lasted the Abzan. Would be my pick over those. Is this card only in foil? That shit always pisses me off. Oh my god, it's only foil. That's rotten. Anyway, like, Rayhan's, like, I think better than the Ozolith in this kind of deck. God, guys, just look at this deck. It's, like, so perfect. Yes, the vertical stream name is a reference to Femtanol. Yeah, like, you could add a Velia Blink package. Like, dude, every time I curve out with this deck, I feel like a war criminal. Like, this just works. Do the 1-for-1 swaps I recommended, and then just, like, this is really good. Honestly, you might be running too many lands. All right, next up is M. Open my hype chest. What did I get? Rock. Wow, this emote actually rocks. Good night, Mojo Muffin. All right. Mega Comb B. We have a Sun Spider deck. I think we had a Sun Spider deck last week. This is a Pillow 40 Voltron deck. If I see Propaganda or Ghostly Prism, I'm going to fucking lose it. I made the deck aiming for bracket 2, but a few games it feels so powerful, so I'm looking to power it up to bracket 3, since I don't think I enjoy the power if I enjoyed it. Okay. Never. Okay, brilliant. I love you. So. Wow, this is hilarious. So it's like a funny auras kind of deck. God, I hate to be the guy that just like put Approach of the Second Sun in here, but Approach of the Second Sun's so good in these Azorius aura kind of decks. I do own 5 of them. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think I'm going to put in Sovereigns of Lost Alara, chat. I think this is a Sovereigns deck. A card that should be legendary, FYI. This would be such a fun legend. 4, white, blue, Exalted. Whenever a creature attacks alone, you may search your library for an aura card that could enchant that creature, put it on the battlefield, attach that creature, then shuffle. Which is just hilarious. Especially when you have Steel of the Godhead. Gets +1/+1 lifelink, gets +1/+1 unblockable. And then you have Redemption Arc already, and you have Pariah. Very nice to see. Yeah, it would need some more positive auras in there for that. I disagree, Mega Combi. I disagree. Okay, so M, listen. Flying creature. You play this, you tutor up something, whatever. And then you go Sovereigns of Lost Alara. You attack with Sun Spider. And you get to tutor Redemption Arc onto it. Now Sun Spider's indestructible and goated, but who cares about goated? Whatever. That's fine. You're attacking with it anyway. It's an indestructible. Next turn, you attack with Sun Spider. You get Pariah. You're immune. You're immune to damage. Turn after that, get Steel the Godhead. Now not even your flyers can block. Your little chump spirits can't block. Hell, you could get Field to the Rem and just become the Monarch. You can also get, Corrupted Conscience. It's Enchant Creature. So, yeah, these all work on Sun Spider. I don't know how to feel about the Ornithopter Paradise. Plague Mirror. I don't like Plague Mirror, and here's why. It's just kind of working on a different clock than the rest of your deck is. I'd rather if you just, like, leaned more heavily into Sun Spider. Is Fall from Favor in here? Fall from Favor wouldn't work the best with that, like, Sovereigns of Alara thing we were talking about. Honestly, by the way, I would really like to see Chains of Custody, which I think is any non-land permanent. Exile non-land permanent. Creature gets ward 2. So now we have this in the toolbox, and then we can also add in the one from Duskmourn. Sheltered by Ghosts. Gives lifelink and also exiles something until exiles. Oh no, it's also non-land permanent. Okay, great. Just run both, honestly. Hopefully we're already on. We're not on Light Pause. Let's get Light Pause in here. Come on. I think we should move either off of equipment, because I think auras is a way more fun angle for Sun Spider than equipment. And I'm just really not into a lot of this equipment. Would that be something that you're opposed to? Because like maybe you want this to be a bit of a mixture deck. I always think those are weaker than just going full in on auras or full in on artifacts, though. Like, I'd rather you just do one or the other. And I think that's going to make your deck a lot more cohesive versus, like, needing to, like, juggle equipment and enchantment synergy, which there is less of an overlap there. There is some, but it's less than just going into one entirely. I wouldn't mind it. The equipment that's there is just there for being cheaper mana-wise. They give a ton of +X/+X. Yeah. I do like that Nettlesys tracks enchantments as well. But I think we can do a lot better. I like the assimilation Aegis, though, so we'll keep that. And I think we can move on to creature ramp instead of... Conk's Flail is also not bad. So I think we can move on to... I'll keep the Lava Spur Boots as well. Yeah. No, I'm not cutting Conqueror's Flail. Don't worry. So, Ghostly Flicker out. We don't even have Archaeomancer to loop with that anyway. Dude, I always thought Lipos was double white. I don't really like Stuffy Doll. You have Soul Herder. Okay, great. Let's get a Recruiter of the Guard. Normally I would go full ham, like put in the Wizard Cycling packages and all that. Let's just add Recruiter of the Guard. Keep it very simple. You can Recruiter the Guard for Felia or Soul Herder. They're both very good. And we can cut Fortune for that, honestly. Fortune always felt a little bit too slow to me. I don't like Sun Titan. Okay. So now, let's move on to funny auras. Dude, Island Sanctuary isn't the one that... Okay, let's get Shadow of the Second Sun. And then I'm just going to jam-pack your shit full of negates and counterspells. Elk, how do you loop Ephemerate in mono white? I don't think there's a good answer to it in mono white. But you can do Felia bullshit, which is just as good in mono white. You also have like Teleportation Circle, but Ephemerate's a bit harder to loop without Archaeomancers or Eternal Witnesses. So I'm gonna, just fill this with counter magic basically, because that's the one like weakness you have open. Flicker Form, I think Flicker Form's slightly too expensive, but it's not bad. Muddle the Mixture's already in, so let's get all that glitters. Sand Scout, of course. Sand Scout's already in. Great, you have a Sand Scout wrap package. Beautiful. I'm so happy when people actually put things in the decks that I like. So more counterspells then. Great. We have negate, Dovin's Veto. What does access denied say? Not access denied, sorry. We can probably do Stubborn Denial. Yeah, the Jurassic Park one. I forgot the name of the park. Is it just permission denied? slip out the back. Dismiss into dream. Is that the one that makes everything in a enchant or illusions, and when they become, why are we doing this? Like, oh, you target them with the auras and they die. It's just like, ugh. That seems really slow. Yeah, March of Swirling Mist. Pretty good. Let's play test this out. I'm really not feeling Wizard class, but we'll see how it performs this game. The Shadow of the Second Sun type of game. So like here you can just like fully tap out, go crash out mode, hold up Dovin's Veto and Dog Umbra. Right, like this is stupid. We're all seeing this. Also hold up this activation. Okay, draw 2 cards. Like here it finally drew us 2 cards. Not about the deck, but did you see the video about Game Changer / Hybrid Mana? That you wouldn't like? Yeah, I don't like that Deflecting Swat. We talked about it earlier. I don't like that Deflecting Swat's off the list. It's a bit of an annoying card, but it reduces the number of Game Changers, which is fine. Yeah, I am going to be removing Wizard class from this deck. We linked it earlier. Just watch the VOD. Watch the VOD on YouTube. I won't go back over it. But we're just talking about the announcement of today. There's an article about it. We linked it, etc. Type Aura. You can do like Mantle the Ancients. I agree. I love the hybrid mana rule. We talked about it for like 10 minutes. About why it should be the case. I think Mantle of the Ancients would be cool. Return any number of target aura and equipment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield, and then it grows the creature. Death Rate wouldn't work. It was on Twitch, and there's an article now on Wizard's site. It's out there. Google it. Commander News, and then it'll pop up. Or someone in YouTube chat can get it to you, Nick Thompson. I think this is good to go. Honestly, though, actually, might cut Mantle the Ancients, just do Lorien. You need another land anyway. Sage's Reverie is a lot more tempting. I've sideboarded that one for you. That one is a very good card. Okay, we have a Miri deck from Monkey Dude. Whoa. I will be present in Twitch chat. Charlie, are you here? Monkey Dude M, you are here. Ramp into a large amount ramp and dump a large amount into X spells. Mid-range my way there, no restrictions. I whiff on with the deck a lot. I end up without a lot of support pieces and no gas. Okay. I'm about to enlighten you heavy. So let's play test the deck and see where it's going wrong. 37 lands is definitely part of the issue here, I feel. All the foils I can't see, I agree. Behold. A normal deck. Mostly. Oh my god, this is the cheapest planes. No, it's funny. Let's keep it. All right. I'll keep this hand. Draw. Surveil 1. Top. 1, 2. Idol of Oblivion. It's better to Cryptolith right after you have creatures in play, so it's mana positive. Wait, this doesn't search. This makes an everywhere token. Henry Shroot Dryad. Holy shit. This is so many tokens. This one's summoning sick. Cryptolith right. Or honestly, you probably go like this. Illustrious Wanderglyph. And then you pass. And you hold up Heroic Intervention. Okay, I see what you mean with like not enough X spells though. Because we have mana up the ass right now. We don't have an outlet for it though. Although we do have Beastmaster's Ascension. Wait, we do just farm. Oh wait, no, it's not when it becomes tapped though. Yeah, we can't clamp anything either. So that is a little tough. I don't like Ren as Dew. It feels a little too slow. Cather's Crusade has a lot of math, and you just kind of don't need it for an X-Spell deck. You have analyzed the pollen in your deck, but you don't have the 3/3 elk. Enduring Vitality, right? You can tutor this now. You have multiple Cryptolith rights now. Biased ad. I know, but it's also true. Like, this is just better than Cryptolith right when you can tutor it directly. I kind of like the Elspeths, honestly. Okay, so we have 2 slots to work with now. And I think I'm going to just put you on Ranger, Captain of Eos. Oh, well, why would you want me on this? 1, you have Esper Sentinel already. But 2, we can put Nyxborn Hydra in. And Nyxborn Hydra's hilarious. Let's look at what other Hydras we can add. Goldvein Hydra. That's a pretty good outlet. So yeah, it's mostly Goldvein and Nyxborn that are the best, just because they have haste, basically. I would like to see like Genesis Hydra. That's the name of the card, right? I know you can't get this with Ranger Captain, but you just get to spin into like a non-land permanent. And that's based on Genesis Wave, which says put any number of permanent cards with mana value X from among them on the battlefield, which is really funny. Yeah, I don't like Overlord without Felia. O'Hare Tack feels a little expensive too. I like Mondrak, but I don't like O'Hare. I don't think you should put in Mana Reflection in this deck. Like, let's just playtest this out. Just watch what happens. Actually, cutting cards like Steve is a good call. So, like, 2 mana ramp is probably just not needed. You'd prefer to just run that, Cryptolith, right? And you can also run Jashira, Friend of the Forest. It doesn't let all of your creatures tap for mana, but it lets most of them do that. Or you can do Elvish Chorus. Elven Chorus. Look at the top card. You can cast creature spells from up there, and also creatures you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. So now you have 3. Take out 3 visits as well, my bad. Yeah, just no 2 mana ramp. Let's go more on creatures and token makers. Jacked Rabbit. Whoop, Jack and they Rabbit. So, Giant Axe Spell, also token producer in the early game. Like, also, like, it does everything. This card's very good. Yeah, I saw that, Helios. We talked about it on the podcast as well. So you'll see that. But anyway, Jack Rabbit's very good for this deck. I mean, Oslar probably would be pretty decent as well, but eh. Fungal Sprouting. This kind of implies that we're already like doing crazy stuff. I think let's just get a Thraben Charm in here. This is the most Thraben Charm deck I've ever seen in my entire life. All right, let's play test this. Let's do Springheart. So not only do we get a token, Insect Blast. We now tempt everyone with bunnies. And I think everyone's tempted by bunnies. Rabbit. Let's assume that 3 opponents did it because rabbits are cute. Let's do 1/2 up the beanstalk, draw a card. March of the Multitudes. Sorry, we have one more token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I counted 5 there. Soldier. Yes, with lifelink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Elven Chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mondrak Glory Dominus. Crack Arid Mesa. We get 2 soldiers. Or 2 insects, which we already counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Overlord of the Hauntwoods get an everywhere token. We get 2 of those. Whenever one of our tokens, yeah. So 2 everywhere tokens, and then also 4 Springheart and Tuco insects. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Staff of the Storytellers on top. That's not a creature. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Elspeth, minus to destroy all creatures with power or whatever or less. I think these are all summoning 6, sadly. No. Yeah, we missed a Beans trigger here as well. Anyway, yeah, this is turn 5. Like, you're good. I think the only thing I really want to see out of this deck is, like, you have Clever Concealment, like maybe a Guardian of Faith as a protection spell. No, Guardian Faith is better. This phases. Yeah, Sky Shroud's claim can go. Okay. I think this is like good to go. I am still a little bit worried about the low land count, but honestly, Analyze the Pollen means 38 lands. You do filter a lot of cards. Yeah. I think land ramp sucks in this deck. Like, let's just do token creature ramp. You just saw how good it was that game. All right. That'll do ya. I think we got everyone. Oh my god, are we sold out already? Jesus, chat. I might need to go to $40, pal. Sold out before stream even ended. Jesus. All right. I mean, we're done with deck reviews. Unless I think we have one makeup in the wings, and if that makeup is here, please let me know. Calling all makeup. We have Togafu who needs a makeup, but Togafu is not around right now. He'll probably be around on Sunday. Okay, great. I'm going to raid out then on Twitch, YouTube. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out and etc. We'll be ending the stream there for you guys. And as for